but pick 7, Portland. Who do you have?
Because you got me to swap.
Yeah, okay.
This is where I'm going with Keegan Murray.
Ooh, okay.
For some reason, Keegan Murray, I forgot the other person I said he's a hybrid with, but he reminds me of a lot of Kelly Oubre. And I think Portland can use an energy guy.
Yeah.
I think what I've seen with Keegan Murray, he's doing it all. Like, he really is doing it all at the power forward position. Energy, got the swagger. He got what you would expect from a Portland player. And yes, I agree. I do see like a very favorable role player like a Kelly Oubre, but I think that's what Portland needs, right? Because if these trade rumors is right, that Dame might potentially get maybe a Beal, maybe a DeAndre Ayton, or a Zach LaVine. I think he complements what any of those players I just named. And even if they don't get any of the three, I think he complements a young gun and Fernie Simons that may be the successor of Dame. And I think that would be really, really exciting to see for Portland. I think that would be a great move for him.
I think Keegan Murray is the best fit for them, probably in like the whole draft. But as I said earlier, I think Keegan Murray is too good to drop down to 7, so I had him going at 4 because I think Sacramento are in a similar situation where Keegan Murray complements everyone they've got, similar to how he would complement everyone that Portland have. So I do like it. I don't know. It's tough. That's a tough one. But to me, because, you've gone the power forward because it complements what they are kind of looking for. From what I've heard as well is I think they're going to be bringing in Jeremy Grant to be their power forward. I've heard that rumor. I think they'll be potentially bringing back Nurkic as well. Ayton's the interesting one, but as well as I think they will be finding a small forward, maybe like a TJ Warren, someone like that. So I was thinking one thing they will probably really need is some scoring off the bench. And that's why I've got them taking AJ Griffin at pick 7, 6'6" shot creator who will come in, regarded to be, other than Shaedon Sharpe, probably the best shot creator nearly in the class. I think he's a bit more consistent than Shaedon Sharpe at the moment. But I think a lot of people will argue about that one. But AJ Griffin, he brings a lot of scoring off the bench. He'll come in, probably average them around 13 to 14 points per game, I would assume, in his first season. Probably maybe a bit less because he's only a rookie. But I think the Portland Trailblazers will get their starting 5 in free agency, and they'll get their 6-man or their scoring in the draft. I think that's where they'll look at. People still forget they've got Josh Hart coming off the bench. That's pretty crazy that he's still there. Whether he gets traded or not will be a tough one. But yeah, I like this move. I think both players that we've got going on, they can't go wrong. You bring in Keegan Murray, he complements everyone that they sign or trade for. And then I think you bring in AJ, if you were to bring in AJ Griffin, he really does fill in that shot creating that I think they will definitely need somewhat off that bench. So yeah, any other compliments on Portland do you have, or is that it? Are we just kind of like, yep?
I will say if they can't get because I do like Adrian Griffin, but I do think he might not. I don't think he's gonna get picked that high.
Yeah.
But if they don't get Adrian or they get Keegan Murray, I think another good player to eye would probably be like Mark Williams. I think they can use another.
At pick 7.
I think they can use.
Wow.
Yeah, I would try him out, but if they were to do that though,
Williams maybe.
That's why I was gonna go with that. I would draft down, try to get some more assets, because especially if you really are gonna do those other trades, you're gonna need it. And then I would get because if we're assuming Nurkic is probably, because I really think Nurkic is gonna go, they might try to get a sign and trade off with him. But I think for Portland, the positions you have to eye that's best available is small forward, power forward, center. This is where Portland has struggled to really satisfy in a very long time, especially once they lost LaMarcus Aldridge. So I think, yeah.
if Jalen Duren's on the board, though, do they maybe look at him? Because remember, I still got
Yeah.
Jalen Duren available.
If he's available, which I do, if he's available, like Portland has to take him.
Yeah.
Because I think he would be the best center, well, outside of Chad, but the best, like, just traditional center, while at the same time he's not even really traditional. He's a hybrid, like Dwight Howard. I think that's where he got that, like, because I think he's probably the best all-around defender at that center position.
Yeah.
He can score, he's stronger than most players. Like, he has probably the most relatable NBA body already. So if he falls, I think Portland, I
see Nurkic coming back, though. That's why I took AJ Griffin.
Really?
Yeah, I just think Nurkic, I think he'll come back. I don't see the offers being that, like, big for him. You know what I mean? Yeah, so as I was saying, though, I think Nurkic will, he should come back because, as I said, I don't think he'll have many offers. I don't see a whole lot of teams being interested in Nurkic, considering how many injuries that guy has had. And from what I've heard, he likes it in Portland. So I think I don't know if they'll necessarily need a center, you know what I mean? Unless because like free agency, you can always look at like a JaVale McGee, which would be so awesome for their team. But yeah, I don't know if they need a center that like desperately, you know. So I wouldn't take Duren. Yeah, I would take AJ Griffin. Who could he start with Damian Lillard and Simons? Maybe one day, but for right now, I think he could be a very, very good player to bring off their bench.
Yeah, I get. That's where I a little disagree because that's where you got Nasir Little. Even though I know they pit him a little bit at the power forward sometimes, but I just do not think Portland really need Nurk. Like, I do understand his value. His value is diminished because of his health, but I do not think re-signing him in any type of capacity will be in the best interest of Portland. I just don't see it. But
I can say that, yeah.
I understand where you're coming from. I just for Portland has if they want to make this clean, I think moving on with Nurkic would be the first.
Yeah,
first
fair enough.